Albert Academy is founded by the UMC. Before we proceed, let us all stand and invoke the blessing of peace.
Let us pray. Most gracious and Heavenly Father, we thank you for making it possible for us to gather here this morning as acclamations, as visitors, well-wishers, to complement and support the administration of the Alumni Association and Albert Academy to contribute in making the Albert Academy a better learning institution for the pupils and for future generations. Father, we invite your presence in our midst and we commit this launch into your hands. We pray that you take us through and that everything will be done to your glory and honor. In Jesus' name I pray.
Those who know me, I am Dr. Franco Gibson. I praise the walls of this great institution. And in our days, the hallmark of the Albert Academy was the where you can see. After school, if your sneaker or your shoes don't show that mark, that means you never had a good time after school. But with time, we found out that the dust, no matter what we do to the main buildings, the dust is going to affect it. So, the old boys and the present administration thought it fit that we pave the school. The idea came up at one time in 2003. We were going to do it to 2004 for the centennial celebration. Those plans fell between the cracks. And now we have an indefatigable team led by Prezo, the principal, vice president, and dedicated old boys who thought it fit that we have to do the needful. And we are here because Albert Academy contributed to what we are, and we want to make sure that we leave our mark on the sands of time, so that when we are gone, people will know that we were here, and Albert Academy will continue to flourish. I want once more again to thank you for coming to this, our launch. We are a proud institution. We are the only school that has a morning song and an evening song. And we want to embrace that which binds us together, the school song. So we shall rise now and we sing. The first and the last verse is of the school song. We will sing for Academy to love. Sincere, we prepare for life's road. Our school standing here upon the hillside forever as God above. Albert Academy, one we rather to be than to see. Our school in the trees upon the hillside, oh, never on the green. For Christ and our school standing ever. We are loyal to them to the end. As Christ and our service give we ever.
to be there to sing. Our school need that trees up on the hillside. Oh, never on a hill.
Sit. Next agenda will be the purpose of the launch. We're going to ask the president, Mr. Coker, to do that. We're going to do the pavement projects and patrons. One good thing that we have now is Google. Google says a patron is a person chosen as a special guardian or supporter. Patron is a customer, or client, or paying guest. But what I like most is patron is a ruler or a rich class of people who provide protection and lively food. So we have to have that at the back of our minds that we who are patrons, we have to provide direction. We have to provide leadership for this project. I'm going to call on the President of the Alumni Association, President Bismarck Coker, to give us a purpose of this launch.
Thank you, Dr. Gibson. Good afternoon, everyone. Very happy to stand here this afternoon on behalf of the Albert Academy Alumni Association to present the launch of the Albert Academy Pavement Project Patrons. It is indeed a historic day in the life of the Albert Academy, given the rich history of legacy that we share over time, the foundations built by our forefathers and predecessors, and the current challenges that the school administration is faced with, that we all are trying to provide a sustainable solution through development that will elevate the standards, that will elevate the performance, and that will elevate the face of the Albert Academy. When we assumed office in 2021, on October 4, when we have our Founders Day, Dr. Stevens, who is the present bank governor, was the keynote speaker for that particular occasion. And he challenged us as an institution that we should think strategic, be strategic, and act strategic. Because development at the Albert Academy then was uncoordinated and was fragmented. So he encouraged us to develop a strategic direction for the Albert Academy that will guide all development projects at the school to be cooperative, to be inclusive, and to make it a priority by which we all can garner our resources and mobilize things that are needed, both ideas, knowledge, finances, skills, expertise to ensure that we all put our shoulders to the wheel to move the Albert Academy forward. We held consultative meetings with the proprietor of the Albert Academy, being the United Methodist Church and Conference, the school administration, both JSS and SSS, the CTA, Community Teachers Association, the Alumni Association, and the pupils themselves. And we are able to do a SWOT analysis and prioritize the needs of the Albert Academy then into pillars in the strategic plan that should guide development work at the Albert Academy. Amongst the projects that were identified, we are able to prioritize the pavement of the Albert Academy because it was the topmost risk and it was the topmost need at that time. Reason being, we identified during the root cause analysis of the strategic plan development that the school was challenged during rains. For example, the school compound will be flooded with water, and when the rain ceases, it will cause mud, and pupils, teachers, well-wishers walking into the school compound, moving into the classrooms, into the offices, also affects the school buildings. During the dries, we'll have plenty of dust that will affect even the computer lab that we spent thousands of dollars to install. Most of the computers got spoiled because of the dust. And same for the science lab, because of ventilation, not all of the windows are sealed. It needs to be aerated so that the reagents and supplements can also be preserved. But that again is being affected by the dust. And we are able to even be made aware by the school administration that we lost an ancillary staff who was very dedicated and committed for several years of service in sweeping this entire compound, inhaling of the dust. His lungs got affected and he had to pass away. So looking at all of those challenges and what opportunities are here within the school curriculum, within the educational system that we want to contribute to, which falls under the physical health education subjects that caters for games and sport, and also the sciences which caters for the lab, now innovation that caters for technology. We thought it fit that the best project to undertake is to pave the school grounds. But we agreed consultatively that we are not just going to pave the entire school ground, but we want to address those other needs that has to do with the educational system of the physical health curriculum, which has the component of games and sports, the sciences, the technology of the science lab, the computer lab, all of that, taking it into consideration. So we agreed to design a multi-purpose artificial ground that will address all of those issues. But again, during the consultative meeting, we discovered during the root cause analysis, one of the major challenges in terms of sustainability of past projects that have been undertaken and handed over to the school, and also in terms of performance by our teachers and our pupils, when subsidies are delayed, particularly when we had the COVID-19 outbreak, wherein the entire system was shut down. Our school administration had to go without subsidy. They had to write to the Alumni Association for loan, which they had to be reminded to pay by the past administration. It was difficult. So we also agreed that paving the school ground, we had to incorporate an income generation aspect that will bring in income to support the school administration, firstly to take care of maintaining the facility upon completion, and then also to support the school administration for
periods or times when subsidies will delay, so that there won't be a break or there won't be the need for our teachers to abandon the classrooms because they had to look for alternative ways to fend and support their families and themselves. So looking at all of this, we engaged consultants who did the design, and it was approved by the board. The total estimated budget for the then design was 1,629 point leons, and now 1,629 new leons, of which 40% was paid, which is 619 points to start up the work to the construction company, Onyx Design and Construction Company, who won the bid through the procurement process for them to commence. So work commenced. Today, all of us can visibly see how far the work has gone. We have come this long way, but we have not completed and we have not achieved our goal yet. So through our internal consultation, we are able to set up a fundraising committee. We are able to set up a fundraising committee that was that we appointed the current vice president and co-chair of the 120th anniversary committee to lead. And I will want all of us to applaud her. Please, let's give her a round of applause. Because she has been very, very instrumental in ensuring that the purpose for which the committee was established, which is to mobilize and raise funds for the Pavement project, is achieved. And today we can safely say we are about 90%, 85 to 90% of the funds that we need to complete the project. But all of these, we are just the face of the Alumni Association that are leading these interventions through the strategic plan and pillars. But we have our pillars behind us who are esteemed, compassionate and dedicated academicians who have served the Albert Academy before us and are still serving the Albert Academy with us and will continue to serve the Albert Academy. These are individuals whose names have been inscribed in the history of Sierra Leone, who have made their mark not only in Sierra Leone but beyond. These are people and individuals who have contributed to the development of Sierra Leone and the Albert Academy. And they are academicians. And they said it is also their duty to support the Alumni Association to ensure that this legacy project, which is to pave the Albert Academy grounds, is achieved. And today we have in our midst representation of those individuals in the person of Dr. Bakoli Gibson, Honorable Minister of Basic and Senior Education, Mr. Conrad Saki, Auntie Kona Kowoma, who is a household name for governance and fundraising within government, successive government. And of course, the school administration, who have been very, very supportive and instrumental to our administration to ensure that we work collaboratively to move the Albert Academy to where we all desire it to be. So specifically for today, we are gathered here to launch the Albert Academy Pavement Project Patrons. This is a drive to ensure that the remaining funds that are needed to complete the pavement project, which is 333 million, to take the project to its completion is raised. And for that, as the fundraising committee, we have agreed that at least 100 academicians should commit themselves as patrons to pay the sum of 5,000 euros for us to raise that remaining funds and for them to become patrons. Their names will be inscribed on the wall, the outside wall of the this library, to be leaders, to be mentors, and to be people who will help us achieve this goal. And within that parameter also, we have cooperation we have corporations and business institutions that will target to be patrons within the cap of $5,000 to $10,000, and also individual esteemed elite academicians or individuals that will fall within the cap of $5,000. All of this is to ensure that all of this is to ensure that we are able to raise targeted funds that are remaining for the pavement project. And we will continue to be open and transparent for every single loans of money that is contributed towards this pavement project. We will ensure that at the completion of the pavement project, the accounts and our administration will be audited to ensure that we give the report of what we promise and what we deliver on. And so on that note, I want to use this opportunity to express our thanks and appreciation for all of you who have taken your time to be part and witness this occasion today. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Mr. President. Academicians, we take our stride with pride. I attended the Silent Grammar School. It's a sixth form. But when asked, I would tell you that I was educated at the Albert Academy and went to a school called Grammar School. Without pride, I want us to recognize Dr. Pratt is also in the house. The other academician, I don't know who Dr. Pratt is.
Yeah.
Where's Dr. Pratt?
Oh, you can, yeah, Dr. Pratt, yes, him, yeah.
Thank you. We have statements. First one will be from the representative of the school board, but a member of the school board, but as minister, I think he should present all the school boards in this country and beyond. I as far as Sarajevo is concerned. We want to call on Mr. Conrad Saki. Oh, yes. I've been corrected that the minister is going to launch, and you know, we go by pockets. He has a deeper pockets. I'm going to call on my mentor. This is what is missing these days. When we were in school, we want to emulate people. We want to emulate academicians. Because we had a president, Dr. Shepherd Stevens, who would always tell us on October 4 that where you are today, there we are yesterday. And where we are today, there you will be tomorrow. So we always look forward to emulate and copy and to be those people that are ahead of us. And you've heard that Dr. Kona Goma, one of the icons in terms of good governance in this country. We're going to call on Dr. Goma to make a statement.
Thank you very much, Chair. Thank you, Mr. Minister and members of the High Table, and our distinguished indefatigable fundraising committee. I want to start with why I'm here and why Zainab is here. It demonstrates that the mission, the founders of the school have exceeded their earlier mandates and vision. The visionaries thought and sought to create an institution that will produce top pastors, top administrators, and top professionals. At that time, in their mind, they were thinking only about boys and men. And at some point, the vision saw it fit. Visionaries and the current then decided to expand the vision to bring in the women, the girls, and at the sixth form level. And this is what you've got. Don't be afraid to expand the visions, but they are supposed to be expanded to answer to current demands. So, why are we here? We're here to work in the footprint of our founders and founders. The school was conceived and founded on giving, on sacrifice. And you know what that has done to a name and a family. And so we are not here to convince you, because all around there are evidences of those who give and give fearlessly and give more. Yes, they immortalize themselves. This is the opportunity. You heard what today is about from the current president. It is a unique moment. It is a special moment, and we should all feel. And for me and the three of us here, I think we are more than excited and elated to be there at this time. The challenge, and it's a perennial challenge, I think, this compound. In fact, it gave us a name. Redmond, etc. And year in, year out, guest speaker after speaker will talk about this. And we were not able to start it, we just spoke about it, and it died there. And then we've heard about where the inspiration came from. From the last speaker, the governor. Get your hands together reprioritize, choose what you can do, and do what is doable. And I believe that where we are today is doable. If we are 90% there, or 80% there, it means a lot of work has already happened, and a lot of people have gone on board. But we should finish. And let me tell you what the fundraiser, normal fundraising do. Fundraising is not just about raising money. In the tapestry of corporations, organization, fundraising is a trigger for relationships, for remembrance, for consciences to be alive. And the fund is the end product of this. And this administration has succeeded in doing that. Academicians all over the world have galvanized behind this project. And in country, we also have galvanized. And when we were looking for a high-profile leader to lead the process, I am a member of the committee. And I said to him, let's give it to Conrad. Yes. I saw in him unusual commitment. I saw in him a taste for sacrifice and for detail. And most importantly, he had a love for Albert Academy. Today is a very busy day for all ministers of government. By the special grace of God, he sneaked out to be here. He told me that the door was closed. It's deliberate. This kind of man is not lit for anything. But this is the man that's sitting before us. He cannot afford to let down the Albert Academy. So we are all aware in the tapestry of human organizations, there are several responsibilities, social responsibilities. It starts with God Almighty, the Creator. It comes to the family. It comes to the community. And importantly, most importantly, it comes to the school. So if you are a total and an all-round person, you will walk in that step. So we're not here. It's not a favor that we're here. It's a responsibility to be here. And on this day, I'm asking all of us, all academicians, that this, let it be behind us. In fact, I believe it is now behind us. Yes. The pavement is behind us. We put our resources behind the pavement. And we put our gifts and our skills behind the pavement. And the urgency it demands should be the call of the moment. This current administration is more than lucky. Oh yeah. Yes. In fact, it is blessed. This is not luck. Because truly, Max Bello wished he had finished this. Ada Bello wished he had finished this. Selu thought he would start it. Kawa said it was his project. It wasn't. And today it's your project. Congratulations. You have our support. You have our blessings. And for you, this thing, alumni, you look like a record science guys, and you have taken this kind of strides. We can only say to you, thank you. And we can only speak to our alumni. We have never let ourselves down. We have a great tradition. I mean, we are the sixth, among the six. We've done 100 years. We should look like 100-year school. We should look like the school that has produced one executive president, yes, and another president,
Prime Minister, first Prime Minister,
first Prime Minister, and the first executive president. Yes. First medical, yes. Dr. Stability. Yes. Yes. So we are first in many areas. And so we should not let down our forefathers. We should do ourselves to pride. And we are here to invoke more pride in the academician who will hear us today. And I say, rein in the funds and get your name inscribed on a school that is over 100 years old. On a school that is able to produce the administrators, the judges, the pastors, the bishops. Those people who consider the school would say they have achieved it. Yes. But then we have pillars. We have only achieved one. So it is the beginning. I want to thank all of you. We want to thank those alumni. We just spoke to some people and they were happy. And the funds are coming in and they will continue to come in. Today the plaque is being launched and it will immortalize those who will be in that bracket to contribute. Let's do that for ourselves, our country, our community, our family, and let's do that for our darling Albert Academy. I said one.
We agree.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Pavement. We are an institution. I am learning the first. And we are the first team put together that is going to actualize in pavement. And I'm sending a message out there to those who think we can change ship midstream. We ain't going to do that. If at all we're going to change ship, we have to board on the ship that is going our direction. So if we're not going to fix it, we're going to go with this team until we can go no more. The speakers spoke about remembrance. I am a Mason, or you can call me Lodgeman. And one of our esteemed Masons had said, what we have done for ourselves alone dies with us. What we have done for others and the world remains and is immortal. So what we're going to do is going to remain because we're doing it for others. For those that's going to come, generations after us, would see a pavement, would see a multi-purpose complex out here that this administration with school administration has been able to accomplish. And the minister, he said, is here because he wanted to be here. And for those of you who don't know, he refused to be a member of the band because he wanted to be the best in class. And the band, he thought, would take him away from studying. See, he's always been focused. He always has a sense of direction. And it was no mistake that we have Albert starting with A, Academy starting with A, and A is the beginning of the alphabet. When you want to run, you're going to start from A. So we have always been A. And that's what the minister has exemplified. That's why he's here. Because he wants to be part of history. I'm going to call on the principal, the senior secondary school, to give us a statement on behalf of the secondary school. The principal.
Good afternoon to you all. Let me start by welcoming all of you, especially those that have taken them a while for coming to Atlanta Academy. Today is a great day. We're here. You say what has been done in your absence. With your support, I know we'll finish this. Mr. Minister, sir, you are welcome to the great Albert Academy again. I'm so excited to see all of you here to launch the Albert Academy Pavement project or patron pavement projects. This one will help us to beautify the environment. And I'm sure if our environment is nice looking, we'll be having more people to come to us and to copy from us. As Dr. Gibson said, Albert Academy starts with A. So in everything, we're expected to be number one. That is why always, if anything happens, good, bad, people have to look up to Albert Academy first. I'm aware that this initiative reflects our commitment in making sure that the pavement project is completed before the 120th anniversary celebration, which is less than 2 months away. So it means we have a lot to be done. I'm encouraging all of you who are here and those that are not here, or you can reach out to them, tell them to come on board so that we can finish this pavement project. Your involvement is very, very crucial, simply because if you are not there, the school administration alone cannot do it. The board alone cannot do it. The school rely heavily on subsidy. Sorry, sir, Mr. Minister, or subsidy is not forthcoming. It's not coming on the time that we do expect. Besides that, when we receive it, it's not enough to take care of other challenges that we do have, especially those that are working, those teachers that are working that are not on pin code or that do not have pin code. We have ancillary staff. So when the subsidy comes, that is the area we pay more attention to. Together, we can achieve what we want to achieve. So I'm appealing to you all to please donate so that we can complete this pavement project. I know some of you contributed a lot, but having heard from the president saying 500 million or 500,000 so that you are never being inspired, please, I'm sure you can do that and you can afford it. I know some of you can even give up to 2 million, 4 million, 5 million as the case may be. If you can spend more when you come here for Founders Day, I'm expecting you to spend more than more for this project. I look forward to see the positive impact for what this pavement will do so that our boys will have a very good learning environment. Somebody mentioned that one of our ancillary staff died about 4 or 5 years ago. Indeed, yes. That man was so committed to his job. On a daily basis, he was cleaning, not only picking the litter, but he was sweeping and inhaling dust continuously. I'm not a medical doctor, I don't know who's a medical doctor here, but I know it will affect the lungs. Okay, so having gone through that, we don't want an experience of that any longer. The president also mentioned something about the lab. Yes, the ministry provided us some equipment, they are there. But again, we've started getting some dust on them. And if that continues to happen, we will not be having an accurate experiment. And in science, for every mistake that you do, it may cost life. And we don't want that. So I'm appealing to all of you, those that are here and those that are not here, those that you can reach out to, even family members, to please contribute so that we can finish this pavement project. Once more, I thank you, and I hope and pray that you contribute generously to this program.
Thank you, Mr. Principal. we're going to have the overview of the pavement project and the fundraising. And we're going to ask the Vice President to do that. Please don't mind her name, China, China. She's never China. She's always very people. This Vice President.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mr. President, Mr. Principal, esteemed and passionate academicians, our Honorable Minister of Basic and Secondary Education, Honorable Saki, our fundraising guru and mother, Antigona, school administration, our deputy vice principals and principals, class groups, all academicians. Good afternoon. I'm excited to be here today. I'm thrilled to be here today. To be part of the trajectory to bring back Albert Academy to its glory days. To be part of the trajectory to restore academic excellence in this institution. To be part of something that each of us is standing here today because of what Albert Academy did for us. The good quality education that we get in this ground, reasons why we have everybody here, reasons why I'm standing here, this is why we have the class groups and all of you. However, today, it's about the historic flagship pavement project, the launching of the Albert Academy pavement project patrons. Before I go further, please allow me on behalf of the President and the Fundraising Committee to extend our heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you that has donated thus far. That includes the chapters, the class groups, the businesses, academicians in businesses and institutions, and individual academicians. All of us collectively, the school administration, the students through the school administration, all of us collectively now have renewed hope towards the development of Albert Academy. Our president has spoke about why we're here. Antigona has re-energized us to give more. So we have different categories of the launching today. For $500 or $1,000, academicians can have their names inscribed in front of the library wall. $500 or $1,000, not $5 million or $500. $500 or $1,000. And then for businesses or corporations, it's $5,000 or $10,000. And class groups that have donated 100,000 millions or more will have their names inscribed in front of the library wall. All of this serves for us as memories for us for this great institution, and also that we raise funds towards finishing the pavement project. We hope, and I'm hoping that we all will donate generously. We now have our dollar account that is open, so when you want to make a donation towards that, you can do that. We only have 111 slots, meaning that we have very limited slots. And it is as we are, few people have already paid money towards their inscription. Anticona, Honorable Minister, Mrs. Hope, and few more. Not so way how much money you get, like the heart way you get for give. And one thing is for sure, academicians have their heart. So let us dig into our pockets. A lot of people have called us today that we donate and we have this project completed. This is an historic project. This is an Albert Academy project. This is a project for all of us. It's not one person that did it. It's been a collective effort for each and every one of us. So on that note, I can say we sign up talk about money business. It's okay. But the money business, they come towards Albert Academy. Yeah? As you walk into this gate, Auntie Kona was just saying to me, the school is yearning, I would say, we are comatose for those that the medical people will know. We didn't like support. That's how I look at it, quite honestly. So it's not just coming to the school on events. Give time to your alumni. Service to the school. Volunteer if you are expert in a certain field to come teach. Let me stay on the Pavement project, okay? On that note, thank you very much. Pass on the message to your class groups. For class groups that have donated 100,000 leons or more, their names will be inscribed there. Individual academicians, it's $500 or $1,000. And businesses and corporations, it's between $5,000 to $10,000. I know you all are looking at me and saying, I know that money. People are already, they want to do it. They love their school. If I can see the math, we have close to 20 or more people already, and we only have 111 spots. Thank you very much. God bless us all.
Thanks, Mr. Bangura. We went back for our school days. Seldom do we have people that comes first to class. You say, during our school days, seldom do we have 2 students that will come first in class, or 2 students will come second, or all students will come first. We will have, based on the class size, for those of us that don't have the $1,000, I'm going to be the head. We can, as a group, have one inscription. We put whatever we have together. And we don't have to give the 1,000, the 500, or whatever it is, or the $100. Whatever we have in meals, we can put together. As a team, we have an inscription. Please for the people. I'm going to champion that cause. You don't have to have those big amounts. I'm going to be your head. And I'm going to champion the group. So, let us see if any of those descriptions have donated more than what we are going to donate. That's the challenge. We're supposed to have a presentation of what the sample of. So, for the alumni here, that's going to be part of my group. Please, before you leave, give me your numbers so I can get back to you and let us put whatever little we can.
What's the name of the group?
Google. Because we are taught again at this great institution that little drops of water is sent in the mighty ocean. Please, let us challenge those with greenbacks. So like I told them at the launching for the school band, the mommy was always bluffing. Oh, my 20 million notes, go there, go to the casinos, the resorts. The 10 million would bluff. Likewise, the 5 million said they are among the youths. The 2 million said they are among the ordinary people. And the 1 million would grumble. Says, man, I get crumbled in this my red suit. And the only place I go is the church. Is we want those red bags. We want euros. We can accept it in our group. So let us put those together and so that we can make a difference. Please give me your contact so I can get back to you. You don't have to put, like I said, the 5, the 1,000, 10,000, or we can put our own notes together and make a difference. If you do not entertain comments from admissions and the various class divisions.
So like Dr. Gibson said, the floor is now open for comments for you who are represented there. Maybe you want to ask questions, maybe you want to seek clarification, or you want to make statements on behalf of your class group or yourself. This is now the time the floor is open.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. First of all, I would like to congratulate the leadership and also alumni and Antikona and the minister that have been around within this period. We are excited over this project. It has been a long dream. I recall when some of us were here, 2001, class of 2001, we know what we went through. I'm happy that this has been a joint coordinated effort. And then like Mr. President said, and Madam President said, we have to ensure that this project succeed. If it succeeds, all of us succeed. And as academicians worldwide, we want to send a clear message that this is not about us, but it's about the generation yet unborn. We have to keep our dream alive to get this project going, and at the end of the day, it will be an student event. We want to say thank you to the executive and the entire team. The class of 2001, my president was just here, but he left for a very important call. We are trying to discuss to see how best we can come in again as a class to make a meaningful contribution. We are almost very close to 50, and I'm sure before the end of this month, we'll get back to the VP of our modest contribution. Thank you so much.
I want to join my senior colleague in thanking the executive for their work they have been doing. I am representing class of 2002, one of the distinct classes. In fact, we have the presidency, and from day one, in his campaign that we said we are part of you, and that we'll ensure that you succeed. So whatever decision we are taking here, whatever project we are initiating, class of 2002, is ready, to throw the support, to, the president, our president, and Bismarck. And interestingly, whatever contribution, this contribution we are doing in our class, he too, is contributing, to that contribution. And for this project, I just want to borrow the words Mr. Winston and also Madam VP used to say that this project here, we don't know. And we don't know before the March 120. So class of 2002, we continue to pledge our support and continue to give our support. The message will be delivered to our chairman, and we will revert to Madam VP on our commitment to this particular initiative for the completion of the project. I want to thank you. Will they come back?
Give them a round of applause.
I love that. And there's all this fuss about that. All I hear is we are the 1900 high school, and we are the teachers of the 2000 class. I am in contact with students of the 70s. Right now, we follow. I've sent that challenge to them. We will reply in kind to the 2000, because before you we are. So we will reply to that challenge. I want to say thank you to everybody, especially Mr. Minister. My name is Thomas Christian Weeks. In the national chapter, Nami Nanilawa. I'm so excited for our school, Albert Academy, and I can remember in the early 2002, I came with my mom to this great school. At that time, our principal, Mr. Albert Power, and my mom put out the complete money to admit me at that time into this school. And Mr. Kawa and Mr. Puka at that time, the vice principal, and Mr. Puka at that time said, I will pay for this young man. Mr. Puka paid my school fee, the SS1 at that time. At that time, my mom didn't have money to pay my school fee. That's why you see, I'm so crazy for Albert Academy. And I always tell people, I'm the landlord. All my achievements for now, I always go back to the school. I have a few business by myself now. I have up to 20 staff. And I always give the school. As a young man, to be great in society for now, it takes where I came from, especially this school. Mr. Saki and others, Antikuna, this is the landlord. We can make noise in the group. And I not only make noise within the group, but for the development of the school. I want to salute you all for your great donation to the school. And we believe our school will move from one level to another this time around. And inside September, we go down. Thank you everyone. Good to hear that. And I always put emphasis on academicians. It reminds me of somebody was asked to define participants as a quiz competition, and like admission said, a participant is one that participates in a participation. So we in Kyoto, we know book like that. So I'm going to put Dr. Yusuf perhaps on the spot to make sure that he participates in this participation.
And he's a member of the fundraising committee too.
So we want to hear from you.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. Okay, sorry. Mr. President, Honorable Minister, Antikona, Dr. Gibson, our Vice President, the representative of the school, the principal and the vice principal. I'm so happy to have the opportunity to make a comment on behalf of all of us now because I was asked to be the main participant. I came here in 1989 from one, and I was one of the slimmest. Mr. Kawa used to call me that lanky fella. And growing up into the school, we had a lot of opportunities we have seen in the future. And I came in contact with Zainab again because we met the first time at Lower 6 and I went back to do some other projects before coming back. And she saw me and she was like, you need a change. And I was like, but we have worked and she's not giving me a chance in my private time to look, usually we have to do this, and I'm always there for her. Missions, we looking for people, and as I was sitting here, I was just thinking about other names to give her so that we can have those people in the group. When we're having the Pave the Way for Albert Academy meetings, that's the good thing about this whole project. Rain or shine, we'll be there on time and we'll meet the Honorable Minister. One thing I'm happy about the Honorable Minister is his approach, and I am being a Manchester United fan. There was this player we had that was called Babatov. He's slow but he's sure. The moment he has the ball on his feet, you can't take him up and take the ball from his feet. And I see those kind of qualities in the minister because he's steadfast in everything he's doing, he's accommodating. And we have been looking at the figures and being part of the figures team. I'm impressed because we were thinking about billions and now we are thinking about some budgets that will exceed what we have already. So I was talking to Bismarck this morning that if we are talking about Pave the Way, it should not just be about the project, but some years of commitment so that we can complete. And not only the grounds we're thinking about, even the school, the classes, even the toilets or other things. We have a lot of things to do. We're having some discussion with Dr. Gibson as we are privileged to have some discussions with him before he came in. And he was telling us where the science lab was, where the chemistry lab was, and where and I looked at my sixth form class, there was no roof. Only, I asked why, they said it was the wind that blew it off. So with this project we are having and having the Honorable Minister by our side, I believe that as the landlord said, we just get for on this project. We will not get other choice, we will finish it, and by God's grace, by October, we'll see a better Albert Academy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Because of time, we're going to go. It says school song. We've already sung the school song. But like I said, we are the only Mahalani with an evening song. We will rise And then we can only do the chorus. I don't know if you knew the evening song, something out at twilight, falls on the hills and graceful walls. But if you don't, the chorus is Alma Mater, hail to thee. True and loyal hearts have we. Well, we love thee in the past, still we love thee to the last. Let us rise and just give the chorus to the evening song. Alma Mater, hail to thee. True and loyal hearts have we. Well, we love thee in the past, still we love thee to the last.
Light falls, while sweet and graceful falls, good and campus that can be. Love my evening shadows creep, come together side by side, in the ghostly evening tide, neath the storm's declining rays, neath the wings of evening winds, Alma Mater, hail to thee. True and loyal hearts of we, when we love thee in the past, still we love thee to last.
Thank you. Let us be seated again.
Don't go outside, we are not outside. After you speak, we go outside. Let us know.
Now we're going to launch. Yes, we're going to launch the project. We're going to have the Honorable Minister of Presidency and Education to do the launching. When he is around, when the bank governor is around, when JFK is around, Justice Roberts is around, and I'm there, they tend to make me look old. Reason being, I am their teacher. And let me rub this one off on you. It was a time when the English spoken in the school was not to the Americans would say kosher. We were having problems, and students were not allowed to speak another language in school but English. But you have the Honorable Minister, even though he was an A student, was also a rebellious one. They were in their group telling what we call stories. He got to the point where he said, they're good, they're good, they're good, they're good. Then I came around and he switched. So they went. That just shows how smart our minister is. He was able to switch in between so as not to get into trouble. This time I'm not going to put him on the spot. I'm going to give him the mic to give us some words before we go outside for him to launch today's project. The Honorable Minister of Education, Mr. Fundraising.
Good afternoon. In a sense, we're far from the evening, but I always like to set a tone by reminding myself of the words of the evening song. Softly falls o'er the trees and graceful roads. Through the campus, dark and deep. And now the evening shadows creep. Comrades, gather side by side in a dusky evening time beneath the sun's declining rays. I will stop on this point. I am absolutely delighted to be here today. As one of the previous speakers at Kona said, I was supposed to be attending an affairs of the state, and I was unavoidably late because I was running from another event to come to the second event, and unfortunately when I got there, it had already started. And so I thought that I should use this as an opportunity to come to my school and make sure that I make a contribution. Let me remind each and every one of us why we're here today. We're here today as a fundraising effort to launch the Pavement project Pavement group. We are seeking roughly about 100 patrons, 111 patrons. We should make it 120, taking into consideration. No, it's 120 anniversary, so we should make it 120. And I am not just increasing the numbers, I'm going to do something slightly different. I have already made a donation so that I could have my name inscribed on the wall. Now, there was a classmate of mine, I don't want to call his name because I will need to have the consent of his family, who I thought served this school very well. He was an athlete, he was a member of the band, and moreover, when he left the school, he served in the Sierra Leone Army. Unfortunately, he lost his life serving this country. So, I want to use this opportunity to make a donation of $1,000 so that his name could be inscribed. I will give you the name when I get the consent of his family. Now, there's a reason for me doing this. The chairman Googled the definition of a patron, and one of the words that came out of it was remembrance. And I thought that this is a clear way of me showing that he has served his country, he served his school, and his name ought to be on that wall. This is a fundraising opportunity. And Zainab also mentioned the fact that people should volunteer. She was looking at the bigger picture when she mentioned the call for volunteers. But I want to take the opportunity to revisit the word volunteering, and I want to ask each and every one of you wants to put that list together for people to contact the people on that list and make sure that they make the donation that we require. That will require some form of volunteering. And this is something that I have, even though I'm busy, I've decided that this is something I'm going to do. And perhaps targeting those that are living in the diaspora to make sure that we get the money. One of the suggestions I gave to Zainab is to make sure that we set up a dollar account. And that has already been done. So there is no barrier for for someone living abroad to make a donation to this school. Now, let me also say something. If you look at this school, this is not how we left the school. It is incumbent upon each and every one of us to make the changes that we require to see in the school, to bring back the glorious days of this great school. And the only way we are going to do it is if we can fundraise. Yes, we'll do, as a government, the government will support the school in whatever way it can. But by and large, if you want to transform the school, we have to reach out to our alumni. And the key to this particular venture is the fact that we sometimes don't have trust in each other. Now, with what I have seen with this particular project, we raised money for this particular worthwhile and good cause. There were people who had some concerns. These concerns might have been genuine because of legacy issues, legacy of things that they have funded and did not see them realized. But what I thought was good about this particular project is the fact that it was audited, even when we had the interim committee, and it went through audit. We are seeing what is actually happening outside, so we know that there are movements, there are things that are happening, there are developments. If we get this right, then we can go out to other alumni to say there are other projects that we want to do. And step by step, brick by brick, I want us to make it a commitment that we will build a new Jerusalem on these hallowed grounds. Yes. So, I want you to join me in this effort as we do this. This project was largely pioneered by home-based alumni, home-based alumni. And this is incredible. We need to send a very clear message to those in the diaspora that if you don't join us, we'll do it ourselves. We'll do it ourselves because we believe in our school. But we want to extend the hand of cooperation to those who are even better placed than us to make sure that this happens. So this, for me, is a personal call, not only to the alumni here in Freetown and the whole of Sierra Leone, but those in the diaspora as well. I don't want to take too much of your time. I know the time is waning fast. There are a few other things that I wanted to say. I want to take this opportunity to pay special tribute to the principal, the vice principal, the staff of this school for holding the fort. I don't always have the opportunity to do this, and so I want to single you out and pay this tribute to you. I also want to pay a special tribute to the president and the vice president, and the executive of the Alumni Association. You have done a splendid job. We'll continue to support you. I was down on this agenda as being a representative of the board. I am not too sure whether there is any member of the board in this room. Is there any member of the board here? Yes. Were they